Hello, YouTube fans, and get ready. Saturday night at the movies. Who dares what you see? Yep, it's that night again. Saturday night at the movies. And I want to talk about two topics today to do with films and what I'm looking forward to. This one might not get out of the way. I paid Walker, and I don't mean me. Yep, there's a true story. It's not a remake. At first, I was a bit, oh no, not this. Not this, not another fucking shit, mate. But it's not. It's not. What it is, you may have heard of it. It's actually a true story based on when they was making the original Rocky film. That's right, the original Rocker. And it's basically a true story about Sylvester Stallone, how he written the idea for Rocker, how movies lapped it up, but they did not want him to play Rocker and all the stuff he had to go through until he finally got into the role he wanted, which does made sequels until he made Sylvester Stallone the man he is, who we know today. I like the actor also who's playing a very young Sylvester Stallone. I think he's playing it, he's not overdoing it, it's not, look, Adrian, he's not overdoing that. And I do like, there's bits where you can say it's beat to beat, but let's not forget, it's a true story about making the film. So you can have bits here and bits there. I do like the actor who does, he's playing Ty Reffers, if I can pronounce his name right, we all know, Apollo Cheed. They've got a really good look-alike of him. I'm not sure about the other actors and actresses there. It's not a definite there, but I might see it, I might not. And it has inspired me. It inspired me because I remember reviewing a long time ago all the Rocky films, a couple of years ago now. I reviewed, all of them, the original classic, sequel, the third one, the fourth one, which I felt to the left after the fourth one, the shitty fifth one, Rocky Balboa, and so on. Them two I hated, but four of them, one, two, okay, right, one, two, three, four, I love. The original will always be a classic. And I like that idea, a movie on a movie. Let's just get a movie on a movie. It's the idea of Sylvester Stallone. It's based on a true story. And if you get little bits of that 70s feel, let's not forget the original Rocky film did come out in the mid 70s. So I like that idea, to give you that 70s feel. It makes you feel like you're in that era. I like the actor that's playing Giles Weathers. He does look like a very young Giles Weathers. It'd be interesting to see that one. That's something I would be interested in seeing. And it has inspired me, probably, to review all the Rocky films again. Why not? So, yeah, that's one I would be looking forward to. You know what? I'd love it if they did maybe one with Jaws. Maybe a true story of how Steven Spielberg had to make the take right turn, as he called it, being Jaws. That'd be an interesting one. And maybe a true story and George Lucas, how he tried to make Star Wars. And then after a bit, it will be a bit of this. And it will get tedious, using a big word. But that I'd be interested in. I would definitely be interested in that when it comes out. And yes, as you've heard the rumour, there's going to be another Nightmare on Elm Street. And in all fairness, I've heard rumours that Robert Englund might be praising his role, but then I've heard other rumours that they're looking into another actor. So I've heard rumours that, like I say, it's now going to be Robert Englund. That I'd be interested in. I'd love to see Robert Englund come back as Freddy, because, people think, well, he's an old man now. So what? You look at Freddy versus Jason, it's like he never left the role. As soon as see that, then another remake. But I already said it, there was a guy on a fan film of Freddy who did makeup, made himself look like a very young Robert Englund, and he actually played the man himself, that being Freddy. I think he'd be quite good as this role. I remember saying that there was rumours of Tim Terry playing Freddy. That I think is to imagine it. But there's rumours here and there of other actors playing that role. To me, I'm going to do it. Digging up from the past, in my eyes, it's digging up from the past. We've seen Freddy. The original, in my eyes, will always be a classic. The second one, unestimated film. The third one, I know a lot of people love it and they praise it, and I admit it's started a good film, and I think Robert England still smashes that role. My favourite would have to be the fourth one. The fifth one, nah. Even though people don't like the last one, being Freddy's finally dead, I don't mind it as a time waster. You can see Robert England is having a ball. New Nightmare, I feel, is also underestimated, just like that one. Freddy vs. Jason, I didn't mind it for what it was. The remake, well, a lot of people will agree with me. I just thought it was a fucking piece of shit. No Robert England, no Freddy. And, you know, this director never did a film ever again. He never directed a film again. And I can see why, because this director was a hack. He was a fucking hack. He was definitely no Wes Craven. Well, that's a bit unfair. You shouldn't think of one director. This director insulted every one of the Freddy fans, so I will fucking go on that route. Normally it does wind me up when people insult the director that did the second Jaws, and they said that you all know Steven Spielberg. But this director only ever did music videos. He insulted all the Freddy fans. It wasn't wanted, it wasn't needed. And in all fairness, is this needed? Do we need this? I'll do it again as I'm on a roll. Do we need digging up from the past with Freddy again? I like Freddy. Hear me out. I like Freddy. The original by Wes Craven. Second one, I'm not going to repeat myself, but you know I like them films. I like them. So whether it's a rumour, whether it gets made, I do know Paramount is now getting involved, which makes me laugh actually, because I think of Paramount, I think of Friday the 13th. People gonna think, what the hell am I on about? No, you think about it. You think about it. The early Friday the 13th, what company did the early Friday the 13th? What company? Paramount. Paramount did that. Yeah, Paramount did the Friday the 13th. And in all fairness, I just think it's laughable because Paramount didn't want to do slasher films back in the day. They hated slasher films. It makes me laugh. They didn't like Friday the 13th films, but they kept making them when it was making that. And now they want to get involved with Elm Street. They want to get involved with Elm Street. Now, granted, the same company being New Line Cinema is also getting involved, but I'm one of these. I don't know, maybe I'm getting bored in my old age, but I'm just getting to this point where I'm getting sick of this fucking send. You know, another fucking Halloween. There's even talk of doing another Friday the 13th. It's like, how much digging up from villains have you got to fucking get? How many? But nevertheless, maybe if it brings back Robert England or they bring the actor that I said, maybe I'd be victorious because anything would be better than a fucking another remake. I am sick to the death of these fucking tender remakes, which you already know what I think. You already know what I think. I always call them this shitmates. Yeah, shitmates. So there are two things and two topics I thought I'd bring into them. I'll end it with this. Saturday night at the movies. Who cares what you see?